diversity and for its harmonious and inclusive society for centuries. In fact, Malaysia is one of the very few countries in the world that provides public holidays for the various religious festivals of its people. Hari Raya Aidilfitri and Hari Raya Haji for Muslims, Chinese New Year for Chinese, Deepavali and Thaipusam for Indians, Wesak Day for Buddhists, and Christmas for Christians, and more. However, in the present day, this social cohesion appears to be eroding. Young Malaysians nowadays grow up in a fragmented society identified by their race and religion. The divisions are visible in many areas of society, even in sports. The race and religion divide is increasingly permeating Malaysian society, worsened by political parties and leaders. This phenomenon has serious implications for inter-ethnic harmony and social cohesion. Recently, 10 dishes were gazetted as heritage food in the Declaration of Heritage Object 2024. Bak kut teh was one of them. One past MP has voiced his dissatisfaction with bak kut teh being a heritage dish, saying that 2 other dishes should be gazetted instead. Bak kut teh is a Hokkien word. Bak literally means meat. It does not imply pork. It can also refer to any type of meat. You can have other meat versions of bak kut teh, for example, chicken bak kut teh or seafood bak kut teh. Bak kut teh was not the only confusion. Remember, Tima was confused with Fatima. Root beer is confused to be non-halal. The misunderstanding here highlights a larger problem: politicians' ignorance of cultural and language differences. It also illustrates a larger gap between politicians and the various communities they serve. Leaders must be well-informed and socially aware in order to satisfy all Malaysians. Last year, there was another issue relating to nurses' uniforms. A past MP wants changes to be made to the nurses' uniforms, saying that they are not Sharia compliant. In response, the Health Minister affirmed that there's nothing wrong with the uniforms worn by nurses in Malaysia. She wisely advised that it's more important to focus on providing the best services for the public rather than the uniforms. Back in the 1960s, Malaysians were much happier. They did not care about skin color or religion. Just a few years after Malaysia gained its independence, Malaysians from different racial and religious backgrounds worked together to build a coherent nation. There was a sense of community and purpose. Malaysia is so different nowadays. Malaysia nowadays is polarized. There are so many silos. We worry. It is impossible to imagine present-day Malaysia being so liberal and open-minded. Tompel, a Malay comedian, was also another Malaysian institution of the 60s. He was popular not just among the Malay audience, but among all races. Rose Chan was a Chinese-born cabaret dancer turned queen of striptease in her adopted homeland of Malaysia, and she performed all over the country. P. Ramlee was a Malaysian actor, filmmaker, musician, and composer, famous in modern-day Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and southern Thailand. Saloma was a Singaporean Malaysian singer, film actress, trendsetter, and a fashion icon. She was well known for her vocal ability in singing, which was depicted as lemak merdu. The Malaysia of today is polarized. There are so many sides opposing one another for destructive reasons. We worry. It is impossible to imagine present-day Malaysia being so liberal and open-minded like back in the 60s. Younger generations do not have the privilege to experience what Malaysia was like in the 60s. The older generations probably have forgotten what it was like. In the 60s, Malaysians from different races eat and drink in the same coffee shop. It was common to hang out with friends or neighbors of a different race or religion. All Malaysians shared the same national identity and even the same idol. In this video, we will bring you to a place where you can get a taste of what Malaysia was like in the 60s.
This is Nasro. I'm in Kuantan, right, with the boss of
Kuantan Pickers.
Yeah,
Kuantan Pickers.
Kuantan Pickers.
Yeah.
I'd like to just introduce you to him because he's got 2 cafes. Very interesting, very good coffee. You must come. So
This is the main one.
Ah,
This is the main one. Okay.
cafe ini tak sama dengan cafe tu.
Okay.
Dia punya atmosphere, dia punya design, dia punya barang-barang kan.
Yeah. Beside more for seating capacity.
Ah.
But our deco is same, is antique style.
Tapi dalam cafe ini ada barang-barang very
expensive one.
Macam orang India, orang Cina, orang Melayu, semua ada dalam cafe ni.
Because I want you to relate our majemuk concept before day, because we got Malay, Chinese, Indian. So our concept is Chinese style, because Chinese style from kopitiam, and this one Indian style. Before this, Indian sells newspapers.
This is like the Indian newspaper
stall. Okay, and then food usually from Malay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Want to cerita sikit your sejarah?
Okay. My name is Nazrul. I'm 45 years old. Okay, I'm a local Kuantan, orang Kuantan. So before I start my own business, I working for Nestle 13 years. Okay, after that, after 13 years, I start my own business. A lot of work I do before this. Kedai bunga, jual pasar malam, pasar slot, and then finally I open my my own cafe. Before this, I working for my friends, a restaurant, and then after that, I got some experience. Then after that, I open my own cafe. Okay.
Tanda papan ni sangat unik.
Yeah.
Ya ni tahun
This one for Piramli punya story. Do
boleh.
re mi. So we print out balik.
Okay.
Yeah.
Peluang kerja, gaji RM100, makan sendiri. Apa punya tak okey. Kelulusan darjah 1 sekolah Melayu. Aku darjah 2, belum periksa aku dah berhenti. Darjah 1, oh boleh. Tinggi 5 kaki 2 inci 3 suku. 5 kaki 2 inci tak ada. 3 suku ada. Berat badan 56 kaki. Apa dah macam daging pula kaki. Kebolehan tahan maki. Tahan maki. Oh, boleh lah.
Okay, my shirt represent for this. That one's the Indian hand. This Malay hand, Chinese hand. Because Malaysians we eat nasi lemak. That's why represent is symbolic for me. To relate my coffee shop. Right?
Like the Bumi Putra.
Yeah, the Iban. Yeah, correct. This one. So represent nasi lemak. Yeah, Malaysian eat nasi lemak. That's our main dish for Malaysians.
Okay. Saya nak tanya Nasrul.
Yeah.
Dia ada beberapa cawan di sini, cawan kopi.
Ya.
Tapi desainnya sangat unik sangat.
Yeah.
Awak beli dari mana?
I beli from collector. More for collector. This one. This I like because I work before that I working for Nestle, so I like the advertising.
Okay.
Because now very hard to find this advertising.
Yeah.
Just a play like that.
Yeah.
So this I love this design. That's why I collect this cawan.
So tadi saya tanya Encik Nasrul boleh beli cawan ni. Awak jawab
Tak boleh.
tak boleh. Kenapa?
Very hard to find and quite expensive. Maybe one set maybe 250. More from this one, expensive one. This one 500.
Dan cawan ni ada sejarah lama kan?
Ya, dia punya sejarah kedai-kedai. Dia ada ni. So like this, they got their address from this.
Dari
Kelang Johor. This one. Because for this, our distributor collect with owner shop. This one very nice. For me, I love this advertising. I like this advertising.
Encik Nasrul, you betul-betul orang Malaysia.
Yeah.
Siapa?
Thank you. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
In fact, Malaysians can build a more open and harmonious society by promoting understanding and mutual respect. All segments of society must work together to bridge the differences and maintain the idea of unity that defined Malaysia in the 1960s. Malaysia's rich cultural and religious diversity, yet harmonious society, is a precious asset that all Malaysians must preserve. We hope to see more Malaysians like Nazrul who can contribute towards building a more united country.